Good morning. Get Real Physics, video 11 of 12, Einstein and the UFT. Albert Einstein searched for e pluribus unum, out of many, one. The one unifying principle bringing the understandings of all the forces of nature under one physics theorem, not theory. Einstein searched diligently all of his life, but was unable to find what he called the hidden variables. He also felt that these hidden variables were simplistic ideas once they were understood. Well, we all know Einstein was a genius and postulated and proved many things. Einstein believed in Isaac Newton's law of inertia, that an object remains in motion unless acted upon by an external force. But in his study of light, where the photon particle acted like a wave and a particle, he went away from Newton's laws and formed his renowned equation E=mc². But light is an electron with mass, having both linear acceleration and rotational acceleration, creating the frequency. It is not an energy mass, and E=mc² is wrong. There is Einstein's relativity and special relativity. Here is mine. There is only one true point of relativity that supersedes both of those, where all measurements remain constant, and that is standing outside the universe looking in. From there, light traveling from galaxies from opposite sides of the universe are approaching each other at twice the speed of light, in the same moment and in the same space. The speed of light does not change time, or does twice the speed of light change time, and there is no space-time continuum, and space is not warped. But the major hidden variable that brings all the forces together are these. First, the nuclei has to have perfect rotational balance along all three axes. Second, the angular velocity, the spin of the nucleus, creates both a directional flow torque vortice top and bottom, and also creates a supersymmetric cloud with electrons captured in null void. With these two major hidden variables, the door opens to the forces of nature in all the fields of physics and chemistry. So the perfect order comes to the light of understanding that Albert Einstein believed in, for he said God does not play dice with the universe. And he also expressed his deep discomfort with the inherent randomness, probability, and uncertainty of quantum mechanics. He believed nature was deterministic and orderly, and that it is. Space is not a vacuum, but full of electrons at varying degrees of speed and energy levels, which is the dark matter and dark energy you seek. The true point of relativity is standing outside the universe looking in. The speed of light does not change time, or does twice the speed of light. Time is the accumulation of moments, and time is the same throughout the space of the universe. There is no space-time continuum, and space is not warped. Light is a particle with mass having both linear acceleration and rotational angular velocity. Light is not an energy packet. Newton's law, F=ma, is true. Einstein's E=mc² is not true. There is no energy without mass and motion, which really is force, not energy. Electrons are captured in null voids of the supersymmetric cloud. They are not negative, and they play no role in the binding of the elements. The nuclei of the atoms have perfect rotational balance along all three axes. The angular velocity, the spin of the nucleus, is around 9.55 to the 21st power per second, and creates supersymmetric clouds around itself. The supersymmetric cloud has both electrons captured in null voids and has directional flow torque vortices, top and bottom. For the elements to bond, they need to match both their physical shape and have opposing spin directional flow torque vortices. The first atom formed because of the directional flow torque vortices that electrons have. The nuclei are composed of MEMS, multi-electron mass, which are 1,837 electrons bound together by the directional flow torque vortices. There are no protons, neutrons, positive or negative. All the subatomic particles are different sizes of broken off unbalanced electron masses from the MEM of the nuclei, with varying degrees of configuration and varying degrees of spin, with and without linear acceleration. The strong force is the drawing together of the opposing directional flow torque vortices at both the MEM and electron levels. The weak force of decay is just the unbalanced nuclei caused by fission spinning erratically with the directional flow torque vortices, all unable to hold that unbalanced portion of MEM together. It can send out small groups of unbalanced electrons, radioactive subatomic particles, from the remaining unstable portion of the MIM, which remain radioactive forever. The electromagnetic force is again two opposing directional vortices drawing the atoms together to make a molecule. Magnetism is the unified perpendicular alignment of the atom's rotational planes, causing the unified direction of flow of the torque vortices. Gravity is the dominant unified direction of flow from the directional flow torque vortices of the atoms and molecules from within a large planetary mass. There are a few opposing directional flow torque vortices present in some elements, but the mass majority of directional flow torque vortices dominate. Crystals can form here. Browning movement is the effect of the directional flow torque vortices have on nearby particles, trying to align with their directional flows, but will never align. The displacement of mass creates physical waves, but there is no gravitational waves in space. In regards to particle entanglement, as a prism breaks light into the rainbow of colors, do you really think barium bromate can break the photon in half? It only separates atoms by their rotational spin direction, right and left spins. Black holes don't exist. Get real, physics. Rocky Heath.